Now, Keira Knightley has been praised by a charity which encourages people to get married. The Marriage Foundation said it hoped that her low-key ceremony would encourage other people to get married without having to worry about spending thousands of pounds. The actress got married to James Wrighton from the band The Claxtons in a town hall in the south of France last weekend. She wore a Chanel dress that she's worn before. Guests wore flip-flops and the happy couple were driven away in a Renault Clio. So with the average wedding now costing £20,000, is Keira Knightley setting a good example? Well, joining me now is wedding planner Sarah Balfour, who's the director of Orchid Events, and Lizzie Hosking from Cosmopolitan magazine, who just got married last month. So congratulations to you, Lizzie.
Thank you.
How did it go?
It went really well. It was brilliant. Yeah, it was low-key and lovely.
So it's low-key and didn't cost that much, is that right?
No, I think that the total budget, it came in at about £3,000, which I think is modest by today's standards.
£3,000?
Yeah.
That's pretty good, isn't it? I think we've got a picture, actually. Should we have a look at a picture of you on your wedding day having a very nice time? There you go, walking down the aisle, looking very resplendent. And you went to the local pub afterwards,
We went to the local pub, we were both from Cornwall, so we had it in the
Lovely.
church, and then we went to the local pub. Yeah, which was brilliant.
So a lovely day all round.
Yeah,
and Sarah,
lovely.
I know that on your website you describe yourself rightly as a luxury wedding planner. So does Lizzie's wedding and Keira Knightley's wedding kind of turn you cold a bit?
Oh, not at all. I think they're absolutely beautiful. Your wedding sounds absolutely gorgeous, and so does Keira's wedding as well. I think it's such a personal thing, a wedding, and what one person wants is often so different to what another person wants, whether it's a small, intimate wedding or a big, lavish function overseas. It's a personal thing, so I think they're all beautiful and charming in their own way.
Do you think that Keira Knightley's wedding is setting a good example, as this gentleman from the Marriage Foundation has said?
Definitely. I think the point is that weddings are getting increasingly, over the last few years, they've become increasingly competitive. And I think that what's sad about that is that you get a lot of people saying, well, I really want to get married, but I just can't afford it. And I think that it's true that we are all sucked in by the fact that a wedding has to be a certain way and it has to follow the same, all the same formalities. And we almost kind of took the wedding rule book and just sort of threw it out the window. And we had all of our friends help with things. So
probably led to less stress, did it?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, but we had, our friend Craig took the pictures, and we had friends doing the wedding video, friends making the cake. We bought the flowers from the local supermarket and bunched them up ourselves.
Makes a big difference.
Yeah, it does.
Because Sarah, you must see that. I know you work weddings in all shapes and budgets and sizes, but there must be an undercurrent of, I've got to put a big wedding on here, and it's got to be better than my friend's wedding. There must be that.
Not really. It does vary, person to person. Like I was saying before, it really is a personal thing, and they're all beautiful and charming in their own right. And very often, if a client is on a budget and really wants to adhere to that, it's my job to make things fit and perhaps come up with some cost-effective solutions that they might not have considered.
And how hard is that, though? Because as soon as anyone hears the word wedding, it becomes really expensive,
It doesn't need to. As Lizzie was just saying, it really doesn't need to be that way. It's about thinking outside the box and finding other ways of coming up with a cheaper solution.
We've had lots of tweets on this issue, as you'd imagine. Sophie says, I definitely have to splash out. Most people only get married once. I want a day to remember. And Joe says, you should splash out on your wedding. It could be the best day of life. I mean, you don't want to be penny pinching, do you?
No, no, definitely not. But I think the point is that I think you can do it on a budget without it seeming like it's on a budget. And I think, personally for me, I've been to, some of my friends have had amazing, lavish weddings. And the point is, that's great if that's what you want, but you love your friends anyway, and you would enjoy the wedding, wherever it was. You don't need to spend all of that money.
And Sarah, just briefly, when you get married, what kind of wedding will you have, do you think?
I'll let you know when I'm there.
I bet it'll be a lavish one. OK, ladies, thank you so much for joining me tonight.